Sarah Richardson. I'm the Head of Field Conservation and Higher Education for Bristol Zoological Society.
Hello, I'm Dr. Alice Dancer. I'm one of Bristol Zoological Society's animal welfare scientists, and I manage the programme for animal welfare and ethics.
Hi, my name's Matthew Jordan. I'm a lecturer here at Bristol Zoological Society. I also work as part of the animal welfare team.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mark James Learmont, and I'm from Australia.
Hi, I'm Ricardo. I am originally from Portugal, and at Bristol Zoo, I manage one of the projects in our Philippines conservation program. But in addition to that, I also help our animal behavior and welfare team monitoring the behavior and welfare of the animals in our care.
Growing up, visiting zoos, adoring pets and spending time in nature inspired me to first study zoology and then wild animal biology at a university, before becoming a zookeeper at London Zoo. Before joining Bristol Zoological Society, I completed my PhD in animal welfare, where I specialise in understanding animal emotions, how we can recognise them, measure them, and ultimately enable positive emotions.
I've been working for Bristol Zoological Society now since 2012, and conservation has always been my career choice ever since I was a child. I started in animal welfare science, and my PhD was on liverless fruit bats, conservation in captivity, and eventually I've moved up and become more diverse and a head of departments here.
In my undergrad, I ended up doing a psychology and a zoology degree in a dual Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Arts. And after that, I was lucky enough to get a job in the zoo industry as an entertainer, but then also as a zookeeper at a few different zoos around Australia. Basically, I fell in love with animals at a very young age, and I really just wanted to work around them all the time and definitely wanted to improve their welfare. So I went back to university and did a master's and a PhD in animal behaviour and welfare.
I've always loved animals as a kid. Some of my fondest childhood memories are going to the zoos. And so when an opportunity came to work here at Bristol Zoo, I just couldn't pass it up.
My current role is incredibly diverse. As a snapshot, the Programme for Animal Welfare and Ethics facilitate, alongside our wonderful animal keepers and vets, industry-leading animal welfare assessments of all our animals at Bristol Zoo Project and Bristol Zoo Gardens, from the tiny parchula snails up to our huge brown bears. These assessments ensure our animals are thriving and help us identify opportunities to enable positive experiences and maintain wild behaviours.
So at Bristol Zoological Society, my main role is on the animal behaviour and welfare team, and I also lead our animal ethics and research governance program for the zoo.
Growing up, I used to visit my local zoo. And even though that really inspired me in many ways, and I learned a lot from going to the zoo, I also noticed that there was a lot of room for improvement, in particular in terms of animal welfare. And that really inspired me to be part of that change, to work with zoos to continuously improve the way we look after animals in our care and animal welfare.
My current role is a combination of making sure that the welfare of all the animals at the zoo here is high, making sure they're doing as well as they could be, and also educating and teaching students who hopefully grow up to be the next generation of conservationists.
My animal welfare work is basically looking at a lot of different animals across site and making sure they are in optimal states of welfare, as well as linking this to our conservation programs by making sure that our animal ethics and animal welfare work extends to our conservation programs overseas.
Currently, right now, we're working on training up volunteers to do observations for some of our hoof stock, so the zebra in particular, like looking at examples of zebra behaviour, cataloguing it, and hopefully teaching them everything they need so we can get some really high quality data.
High standards of animal welfare are crucial to ex situ conservation, to those animals who call Bristol Zoo Project home, as mentally and physically healthy animals who are able to behave naturally and experience positive emotions are those which are able to make a tangible contribution to conservation breeding programs.
I'm very proud of the Animal Behaviour and Welfare Programme here at Bristol Zoological Society, because since its conception and its development, we've brought on several other people, including Ricardo, Matthew, Mark and Alice, and it's become a really strong and integral programme to the running of our organisation.
The Programme for Animal Welfare and Ethics will continue to be a positive voice for zoo animal welfare, locally, nationally and internationally, and will continue to strive to ensure Bristol Zoological Society's animals are thriving.
Future of conservation, I would like to see everyone that adheres to the same standards and the same passion that's shown here at Bristol Zoological Society.
My hope for the future of wildlife conservation is a greater consideration of individual animal welfare and conservation actions, and greater collaboration between these two important and complementary fields of science.
The future of conservation I really hope that we can just continue to get people engaged, continue to get people to understand why these species are so important.
For the future, I'm hoping for full integration of conservation and animal welfare as two fields that I'm very passionate about, and they're very reliant on each other, but sometimes they are a bit separate, and I think we need to fully integrate the two to be very efficient and leaders in both animal welfare and wildlife conservation.
For the future of conservation, I very much hope that in conservation zoos across the world, animal welfare becomes their number one priority, and animals lead very happy and fulfilling lives, a life worth living or a life that leads to thriving.